Hi and welcome to another Watch Geek video. Today, we take a look at a Boldr Venture Automatic, a watch that might just have what it takes to dethrone my beloved Seiko SNK 805 as a rugged free-time watch in my collection. In my rather lengthy long-term review of the SNK, it was clear I really loved that watch and enjoyed the hell out of it. The main reason for that love comes from a very reasonable size that made it easily wearable and unobtrusive in any situation. During the course of its life, it has gone through several modifications in the aim of improving things I disliked, like the easy-to-scratch mineral crystal, or the factory hands that were too short, or the fact stock dial had lume dots only with no way of knowing where 12 o'clock is when you wake up in the middle of the night. Several mods later, and about twice the amount of money I actually paid for the watch, I finally ended up with a watch that was as close to what I wanted as possible. What makes this Boldr so interesting is the fact it comes from the factory made exactly the way I would want it, and it costs just around 30% more than what I spent on my SNK trying to improve it. So the Boldr is still more expensive than the fully modded SNK, but in all honesty, it is also a better watch, even with all the mods the SNK has. First, the movement. This is powered by a newer Seiko NH35 movement that is almost identical to the 7S26 in the SNK, but this adds the ability to stop the seconds hand when you pull out the crown, and also gives you the ability to hand wind the watch when you're not wearing it. Then the case. It is made out of titanium that not only gives the watch a very tactical look, but also makes it light and very comfortable on wrist. The lack of a transparent caseback on this model, given its character, is actually a bonus, and it's not like you're missing out for not being able to see an entry-level mechanical movement that this uses. The watch also comes with a proper screw-in crown, giving you security and ease of mind with any water activity. And 200 meters of water resistance means you can take this thing diving anytime. Although the watch lacks any crown guards, the crown is partially protected as it's screwed into the case, with only half of the crown sticking out. And with it being positioned at 4 o'clock, it really doesn't impede your wrist movement, nor does it dig into your wrist, adding to the comfort. In fact, the whole case is extremely comfortable. Partially it's down to titanium used, but mostly it is down to the size and shape. With a 38mm diameter and just over 44mm lug to lug, this thing wears even better than my SNK. The 12mm of thickness and lightness stop it from moving around on your wrist. The shape of the case with these sharp angles create a very handsome and, most importantly, an original look that makes the classic round shape of the SNK or a Hamilton khaki look boring and uninspiring. I personally love the look and especially proportions. While the case is rather bold in design, the dial and hands are more classical. The numerals are very crisp and remarkably thin, making them perfectly sized for the dial. Thanks to the excellent lume, they are easily visible all night long. The hands match the dial with their size and shape, with each hand reaching its designated marker, something I always love. The hands are satin finished, which makes them catch the light constantly, helping the already excellent legibility. The flat sapphire with inner AR coating also helps legibility while making the face of the watch virtually scratch-proof. In case you haven't realized already, I simply love this watch and love what Boldr has done with it. It is one of the rare watches where I really wouldn't change anything about it. The size, the shape, the face, the hands, they're all perfect and go well with each other. The style is what we have seen so many times with so many mil-spec watches, but Boldr managed to keep it original despite being so familiar. If there is one thing I would change, it would be the NATO strap the watch comes on, but that is my personal preference, as I was never a fan of NATOs. They do add extra safety, but the price for that is too high in my opinion. First, you have this lump of excess strap, and even worse, the straps makes the watch wear higher and thicker than it actually is, ruining the perfect balance of the case. I know watch people usually adore NATOs, but I don't. I do like two-piece nylon straps though, like the one on my SNK, and I think this watch would look perfect on one of those, while staying thin and hugging the wrist the way it's supposed to. With this model, Boldr really hit the home run for people like me, who like smaller watches with practicality and legibility in mind, while still making a watch that looks interesting and handsome. The first generation Venture was powered by a Swiss quartz movement that I think is even more befitting the tough nature of the watch. But with this mechanical model, they wanted to accommodate people who consider only mechanical watches real watches. I do like this automatic version more, but it has more to do with the case shape rather than the movement used, as I do enjoy a good quality quartz movement and have nothing against them. Anyways, that's it when it comes to this review, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and found it useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and until the next video, bye.